What is up, YouTube? It's your host, Professor JP, here with Clash Class. Today we got a couple of videos here from our recent war with Soju, a clan from South Korea. We'll get started off here with a nice 3-star by odor against their number 8 base with a Go La Loon. So, I'll pause before we start the video and break down exactly what he's going to do. He's going to send 2 golems in from this side over here, and their goal is to get to this air defense, get the clan castle troops and the queen all taken out. He's got a jump spell to get him up in there. And if you guys didn't notice, he is fighting without his queen, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to get everything done. We'll see how he does, though. And then from then on out, he's going to send his lava hounds in and sprinkle some balloons behind them and rage them along in a clockwise fashion. We'll see how it plays out for him. Here we go, got the golems going down. Right here is what he does with his wizards, how he's got them on the outsides, leaving all these structures in the middle, is what's key to making a really good funnel. A lot of people make the mistake with a funnel of dropping their golems and then putting the wizards behind and not giving their king anything to hit when he gets dropped. With structures being left for the king, it lets him step up, hit those structures, and gives a pretty predictable path of where he's going. So CC troops came out, he's got him poisoned up, jump spell down. King jumps into the compartment, hits the queen, hits the air defense, that goes down. Problem here, though, is he ran out of wizards, so that dragon's got just a sliver of health left. What he's going to do here is he's not going to panic. He's going to send his lava hounds in. And luckily, since those lava hounds bust into lava pups, those lava pups will help him and take out that dragon. So he doesn't panic. He's going to throw a rage spell down, so those rage pups take the dragon down faster than you would think. Dragon's already down. He's on to that next deployment of the lava hounds and dragons. And if you see, he's got all these little packs of 2 or 3 balloons going around the base. That's what you need. You don't want to spam your balloons down. You don't want to put them all in a couple different spots. You want a bunch of different little packs of balloons. So he just puts 2 or 3 on each defense, working his way around. That takes out the most defenses fastest because there's balloons over top so many defenses at a time. So here he goes, he's got the last lava hound going over, and he's got these backside balloons to target the air defense. At this point, there's no more air defenses left. There's just those 2 wizard towers left giving them problems. So you can see one of them's already down, and it's just going to be too much for this last wizard tower to take out. The balloons got it taken care of. Fast forward, it's all clean up from here. And like I said before in previous videos, the nice thing about this attack is as soon as your lava hounds start busting, cleanup's already beginning to take place. So you don't have to worry too much about cleanup. Very nice attack here by odor. Alright, so for our next attack here, we're going to go into the war events and pull up J Strong's attack on his mirror, number 9. So, we're going to pause real quick. What he has queued up here is a Penta La Loon. He's got an extra lava hound in his CC here. His goal with those 2 giants, the wall breakers, the wizard, and the 2 archers, is to get in here and to get the queen and the CC troops lured out. So what he's going to do is try and get in there with his giants. It actually doesn't go as planned. The wall breakers fail, and he's just forced to send his king and queen in there. They end up getting the job done. But let me just say, for your penta attacks, you don't necessarily need to get the queen taken out. It helps if you can. So if you can, like how J Strong does here, I suggest it. But if the queen's buried in the center of the base and you can't quite get to her, don't worry about it. Just continue on with your attack. So we'll go in here and show the first part of it. Giants go down. See, now his mistake here was that he dropped the wall breakers while the mortar was firing. So the mortar is going to take out the wall breakers before the mortar, or before they can go off. What he should have done is dropped the giants and then waited for the mortar shell to hit and then sent his wall breakers. Then it would have created a hole and got the job done. Well, like I said, it doesn't matter too much on this style of an attack. What I do like here is he keeps a calm head, doesn't freak out, and makes a new plan up pretty quick. He decides he's going to just drop his king and queen right near that same spot and try and get through the wall. As you can see, his king's taking quite a bit of abuse, but his only goal is to go get the queen, so it's okay if he dies pretty quick. He's just got to clear a path up. Queen's going to step up here in a second and take out this archer tower. Here's where his queen steps up and locks onto the wizard tower, and then eventually the queen. Barely has enough to get the queen down, and also accomplish the goal of getting out the dragon. He's got the 2 poisons left for the dragon, so speed it up here. We've all seen a dragon killed by poison. Staggers him out real nice. Alright, and then just like the last attack, he doesn't quite have enough to take out the dragon, but it doesn't matter. Those lava pups will bust, and the dragon will be taken out by the lava pups under rage. So the key to a penta attack is to send 3 lava hounds at 1 AD and 2 at the other, and then to sprinkle your balloons in. Could have been a little quicker over here with this balloon placement, but it didn't quite come up to bite him in the ass, so no big deal. There's just so much tank for these balloons that nothing can quite take him out. See how many lava hounds he's got coming across the base, soaking up every trap. These backside balloons are awesome too, because right over here, as you can tell, he has these 2 air defenses and then 4 archer towers. That's what will shred your balloons if you don't have a lot of tank there. So he's going to, instead of waiting on these balloons from the front side to cross the whole base and get over, he's just going to save some and sprinkle a couple on each defense over here. Oops. And then he rages them. So that potentially dangerous spot, he takes care of quite quickly. Now the only dangerous spots are probably going to be the Teslas and the Wizard Tower. But he's still got 2 lava hounds up still tanking for him. So what he does here is he's going to wait on that rage spell. And why he's going to do that is because he still has 2 lava hounds up, and you want your lava hounds to break. A lot of people think that you want to keep your lava hounds up and everything. The reason you want them to break is it makes your cleanup a lot quicker. So he eventually drops it down and gets the last archer tower down. He actually didn't end up getting another lava hound to pop, but it's okay. He's got all these pups around the outside cleaning up for him. So the key to a good Penta La Lune attack is making sure that you put 3 on one air defense and 2 on the other, that the CC is taken care of. It helps to have some backside balloons, and you want your air defenses to be in a big square. If they're in irregular formation, the attack doesn't quite go as planned, and it's hard to predict exactly where the lava hounds will go. But if they're in a giant square, it makes it a lot easier to predict where they're going. You dumbass. Alright, we'll just cut this first part out. Right now we're going to look at the base. It's a pretty common internet base. What he's going to do here is he's going to throw some earthquakes down in the core over here to pretty much open up most of the base. Send his golems. He's got an extra golem in the CC up the gut. Wizards behind. Interesting, he's got some redheads, those Valkyries along with him. I've been liking those Valkyrie attacks a lot more recently than I have in times before. They're a lot more versatile to me than P.E.K.K.A.s that can take down structures, multiple structures quicker. P.E.K.K.A.s just take forever to bash on something, so I've been liking those a lot more. He's got the heal and the rage for him. And then if you see, he has those 5 balloons. So what he's going to do with those 5 balloons is wait for these back 2 air defenses to go down. Then he's going to sprinkle those balloons in there to take out those last couple structures, or those defensive structures. It's right about that point where most go wipes or go wee-wees peter out and only get you the 2-star. So right when that's about to happen, he starts sending those balloons in there to take the last defensive structures out, and it keeps his troops alive long enough to get him the 3-star. So, here we go. So like I said, he's got a golem in each one of those sides, and then one up the center, while breaking them in. It helps that there's only level 1 Teslas here. They don't do very much damage at all to those golems. Alright, last wizard down after he created a nice arc with them. Here goes those wall breakers. Those wizards created a very nice funnel for the king, the queen, and these Valks that he's about to send in. The CC for this base was partially filled, but I don't think it made that much of a difference. He's got these last witches and then the Valkyries coming in. I might have came a little quicker with the witches and the Valkyries, but obviously it wasn't a big deal. See those Valkyries in there taking out multiple structures at once. Here's Queen goes, takes out one of those air defenses. Still got those golems left. He's got all those Valkyries. 2 witches still alive. Hits his queen's ability, take out that storage. Right over here, his queen goes down really quick. He doesn't quite get to that last air defense, but he's still got his king over here, beating on this wall to get through it. You can see he's still got those 4 Valks that he started with. He just lost his very first one. They go a lot farther than what most people think. Alright, so finally that air defense went down. And like I said, here he comes with those balloons. If you exclude those balloons, and you just look at this attack, he's got 2, maybe 3 wizards, his king at about half health, and 1 witch. For the remaining structures, looks like he's about to peter out and get that 2-star, 80-something%. And it doesn't really win you wars. 2 stars doesn't win wars. You have to do a 3-star strategy. So, he saved these 5 balloons for last. He's got a haste spell to throw them in, and he just targets at these last defenses. Here goes that haste. As you can see, especially against those cannons, very effective because cannons can't get to balloons. Here goes the air sweeper, his Tesla, and his stuff on the other side took that out the rest of the structures. And then finally the balloons make the path over to the cannon to take it out. Clean up from here. Still got the king barely alive. Still got those 2 witches that he started with and a couple Valks. And getting that 3-star for the Speun. Alright guys, here we are to wrap it up. It was a pretty good clan war for us. The other clan looks like they gave up a little at the end. Looking forward to a couple more good war matchups. This is Professor JP. Class dismissed.